You know who else is fired up today? Every Wednesday, this guy gets fired up. I guess is it Thursday for him?
It's Thursday morning.
Yeah. Every Thursday morning, this guy gets so fired up that he starts his day with a quick workout, and then he checks in with us. From the other side of planet Earth, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to check in with Coach number 1. Look at him. God, he looks good, hey? How you doing, Coach 1?
Looks like Iron Mike right
g'day,
now.
Gaza.
Gaza.
G'day, Coach Kama 2.
Are you cosplaying as, what did you say, Mike Tyson? Are you cosplaying as Mike Tyson right now?
Are those traps?
I don't know what that means. I know who Mike Tyson is, but I don't know what cosplay.
It means you're dressing up as him.
Oh.
You got those, what are they, deltoids up here?
You look like a Ninja Turtle, bro.
Oh, yeah, let's do that again.
Cowabunga. But this thing? This whole thing? Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Just
but there's like supposed to be muscles there, like Mike Tyson has. It's pretty good.
Almost got the nip slip there.
I told you, 99% chance it's going to happen. I'm trying to be hyper aware of it. We missed you last week. We had gremlins crawling all over the studio here.
On the roof, probably.
Literally everywhere. We did a bunch of change arounds, and one little thing went a little wonky, but LB on the ones and twos today made sure he got that all fixed up for us. I wish you could see the patchwork, AJ. It's pretty sweet. He's got a classic, called like a farmer fix job. He's got the transmitter like right beside him, and he's got like a little thing that he's like holding over top of input right now, and says, if you don't hear anything, let me know and I'll move the input. So that's what we're working with. But that's the type of guy that LB is. How have you been? How has been the last couple of weeks on the other side of the world?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I watched last week, and I must admit, I could watch Curtis Anderson at least for 2 hours in a row. His Macho Man costume, it actually allowed me to teach my kids about some of the things that we grew up with, because on Saturday morning, I was still excited about it. And for about half an hour, I impersonated the Macho Man. My wife, Nicole, I showed Noodle the video, and she didn't really know WWF. And she goes, so is he famous? Is he really successful? And I didn't know if she was talking about Macho Man or Curtis.
Both.
They are one of the
same.
same.
Well,
about the same level.
Well, that's what she thought. And I said, well, like, that's not the real one. She goes, what do you mean that's not the real one? I said, it's just dressing up. But she was really impressed that he could go the whole show speaking like that without his throat hurting. So that was kudos to Curtis.
He did well.
He did great. And I got to tell you, it's so funny you bring him up, because today is actually his birthday.
It is.
It's Curtis Anderson's birthday. So happy birthday to our good family member, a good brother, if you will, the great Curtis Anderson. Currently, get this, about to go down Space Mountain at Disneyland with the Phenom, his son. So he sent me a message about they were in line for Space Mountain. So he's celebrating his birthday in Disneyland with his family, and he's having a great time. So again, happy birthday to him and that amazing Macho Man impersonation.
I'm impressed he's got a device off rule. I need to incorporate that in my life. I'm a little bit disappointed that he's not going to double zoom or zoom from Space Mountain. I tried to make it happen, and Gary's like, I need my device so I can prep for the show.
He took my phone and he was going to text him and get all this stuff set up. And I'm like, dude, if I don't have everything where I need it to start the show, as you know, preparation is just as important as execution. And if I don't come in here prepped properly, this whole thing go off the rails. So I had a little mini freak. I was like, Maze, I need my phone. Don't do that. And it was embarrassing.
It wasn't embarrassing because it's just us. Now it is, because now at least 100,000 people know.
Knows,
but I just thought when you have those interviews, those real moments, I thought everything was just off the cuff. You just roll out of your glorious slumber and just spew everything. But you do some prep, and you get yourself.
It's not even, and it's funny because it's not even prep. It's just a comfort thing. If I don't know, like I'm the type of person, if I don't see things in the right spot, then it'll bug me throughout the show and it'll distract me. I have to be in my proper space so I can perform at the level expected. These are all things I've learned from a little book. What's that book beside you? Can you hold that up for a second? Yeah, that's the book. That's the book that taught me these things. Right, AJ?
See, there you go. Yeah. I was going to ask you, like, if you put your phone on your desk, could you find it? There seems to be more and more stuff piling up, appearing.
Hey, this goes back to me wanting to show off all of the cool shit that my friends do. You know what I mean? And all the stuff that sort of formed what this place is. Like this Game Boy here, that's a Game Boy that I took everywhere on the road, this guy. This thing got a whole ton of play. That represents me. So that's sort of showing me off, along with this incredible game, A Link to the Past. Or sorry, not A Link to the Past, Link's Awakening. Yeah, that's a big mistake. Both incredible games. But these little things. And then I got this from our buddy Corey King with his fundraiser, the Pink Wig, which we know and love. And that was a talk or an actual quote from the literal girl that started the Pink Wig, or that they started it for. And it's just all these really cool little mementos. And the wrestling videos, and Maisie's, this is Maisie's football video on a VHS. You know, it's all these cool things. Our friends' businesses, my brother-in-law, Uncle Mike, like it's showing off who we are and what we're about. So there's a method to the madness, is what I'm saying.
Well, this
Is that a menu? What?
This is
Sorry, Coach.
an old screen. I can probably zoom this in for you. It's from the Saskatchewan store. Oh, you're going to go over there. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Hold on. We're going to get right in here. Look at that. So my buddy Scotty Anderson dropped that off. And it's an actual schedule from the Storm. And it's got, look at that, baskets for bucks. Go get some
John
beers.
Cleland on the back there?
No, there is no Johnny Cleveland on here. Mr. Cleveland did not make the roster. I don't think. Yeah.
I will say, AJ, this is a 28-inch table, so there's actually, it looks crowded up front out there, but in tight, we got a solid 15 inches to work with here.
Just to give you an idea. When are you coming home next? When are we going to do this in studio? You going to be home soon?
I don't know. 2027, there's a few big events happening in the family. So actually, this mom and dad, I haven't even talked to them about this, but we've got to do some kind of family reunion. Yeah, you heard it here first.
That's right.
But at this stage, nothing early. We're maybe looking at going at Vietnam next year.
Interesting.
For a holiday.
Good morning.
Good morning.
He said it.
Yeah, that's right.
He said it. That was good.
It's a great movie.
Yes. I haven't seen it. You know that?
You've never seen
As
it.
a radio person, I've never seen Good Morning Vietnam.
That is something that needs to be on. Do we have a movie
Viewing
review
room.
show?
If only we had a movie review show.
Good Morning Vietnam. Actually, they're with what just transpired, is Remembrance Day. And I know it's an American, obviously based, most movies are. There's some good Australian ones, like Australia's a decent wartime movie.
This is called Australia?
It's called Australia. Really
Okay.
good movie. Very similar to Titanic, same timeline, I believe. But Good Morning Vietnam is a great movie. That would be amazing on the viewing room. Great soundtrack, too.
We'll put that request into LB. You heard that. Again, he's on the ones and twos today. Co-host of the viewing room.
Could I ask AJ something?
Ask away.
This is probably not proper. I don't know. How far away is your medicine cabinet
Oh, yeah.
with the liquors?
It's just around the corner. We actually in the kitchen.
You got a rum that you could pour? A Rumpelstiltskin you could put into a shot glass and do a little tribute? So last week I read a live read when on the fly. We couldn't get there, and I read that piece from my uncle. Tonight he is going to have one last shot. So I thought it'd be cool to also have one shot here. I'm not a drinker at all anymore. I used to be. I also used to be very stupid. And when you have someone that life-changing moment, or you see someone that is going into that final chapter, you start to reflect, or at least I do. And I was just like, man, I was such a damaged brain, selfish teenager at some points. Because I remember everything. So I just remember dinner tables where I was working 2 jobs and tired and like short with everybody. And then I'm like, well, I'm going to obviously I'm going to channel those out with the good memories. Right. But those things stick too. And I was like, man, that was part of his universe or part of his world. I decided to be, and that's part of life. But at that moment, a shithead, and I regret all those moments. That all comes funneling back. So I'm hoping to wash those away with one more shot. So if you could be a part of that, that would be kind of neat. And if you don't or can't, also fine.
So I just need to go get a shot or something?
Yeah, please.
I'm doing a shot of energy is what I'll be doing. So just so you know what we're doing. Because you're not allowed to chug liquor on YouTube. You can't drink liquor.
Or it's a
this is
different avenue.
rum. Is that how you do it? This is rum.
Yeah.
So just get yourself a shot. And we'll
What
be
should
good.
I be getting? Or should I tell you what I'm getting or not tell you
40
what I'm getting?
proof. Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely not getting alcohol in there.
Wink.
There you go. You know, I always said there's no better way to start the day than with a nice shot.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Australia's upside down. That's when they do their drinking.
Yeah, it's morning drinks.
Yeah.
Especially when you can buy that real cheap wine. The Coolabah wine, the $4 for 4 liters.
Don't get that Han Premium.
Ooh.
One time in Australia, I drank a bottle of Jim Beam. We played a game I invented called 0-1. Have you ever played 0-1 with
don't
me?
think I
Probably
have.
forced you to a couple times in life.
That does sound like
It was,
my shot right there.
0-1, so you just have a 66 or a 40
Oh boy.
and hopefully 5 people-ish, and then you just
Hopefully
say 0,
5.
and the collective group has to say 1 for when you'd be done your shot. So it'd be 0, and you just tilt her up until the whole group combined says 1, and then you sprint like 50 meters, and then you sprint 50 meters back and get back in line, and then the bottle just spins around. And
How many
you're
people honk?
Just me, usually.
Okay.
That's why I don't do it anymore.
Okay. That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Sound like Ness from Smash Bros. There. Okay. Are we doing this right now?
I just wanted
What do
to
you wanna say?
prepare because if we get into something, we could do a little shot at the end, or we
There
could
we
get it
go.
over with, whichever. It might
Nope.
clear me up. too.
Shot at the end sounds good. We still got some
Got
time.
some things to cover.
Yes. I got a really fun one actually, AJ, that I wanted to float out to you. Uh-oh.
That doesn't sound normal.
I just went to take the cap of my non-alcoholic drink. It's a brand new bottle,
Oh boy.
and the cap came off, and the cork is still in there.
There's a cork and a cap.
A cork, and that's a fancy. Oh,
Well,
that's fancy. That's a
yeah,
single
dude.
malt.
Oh, and it's
Like,
like it
there
didn't
was-
come out with the cap.
Oh.
Okay, so just I gotta get something else.
There he
Sorry.
goes.
Ah,
We're gonna miss him for this.
that's been in the cage for
Yeah.
15.
I've
maybe
had a couple
30.
of bottles like that, hey, where you leave it long enough, then it might as well be concrete solid.
Yeah.
And then you gotta just
Get
smash
a little
off the
bit of
top.
the liquor and the cork dries out, and then
Yeah.
it just sticks to the middle.
It's not good.
But that's a brand new one.
Yes. That's interesting.
So that's aged to perfection.
I wonder if
or
this
not.
is one of those classic. Remember those guys?
Oh, yeah.
What's their names? Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Yeah.
This might be a classic send it back with a rat in the bottle moment. Maybe you can get like a free case of liquor because they screwed you like this.
Oh, yeah.
A
That's
mouse
very-
in it.
Yeah, you're very educated in the Bob and Doug.
I don't know why. I've never seen the movie. I've just seen parts of it.
Strange brew?
Yeah, I'm horrible with movies. That's what I'm learning.
No, you're good with movies.
Found
Better
one?
than me.
We're looking good?
Another movie that should be reviewed
yeah.
is
Yep.
Strange Brew. I'm having a whole bunch of requests here for the viewing
The
room.
viewing rooms is going to be Maisie's Picks. They're calling it Maisie's
yes.
Picks.
Please. I would enjoy
You got to get in line too. They're actually letting celebrities in now. Croker's going to do one with them. I think you can do one too. They're opening the doors.
A dream.
Yeah, it's our number one show for sure. I think everyone knows that. Okay,
All right.
AJ, back to business. I've noticed that every time we do these, our viewership grows in the incredible,
Land
I
down
guess,
under.
land of Australia. Now, I wanted to see if we could take a couple minutes to brainstorm any possible sponsors that we could get for this segment each and every Wednesday from Australia. Would you be able to think of any businesses or any places around there that would like to support us with this incredible thing we're doing in promoting the land down under?
Well, Flight Center, travel company perhaps.
There's one.
USA Foods,
Mm.
maybe, because they sell Clamato juice there and O. Henry's and
I'm thinking, and the other side of this is we make up a cute little, catchphrase for them. So for USA Foods, it'd be like, Adrian the Canadian, on your show, proudly brought to you by USA Foods. They got the Clamato you're looking for. Something like that.
It ain't a
That's
Bloody
quick.
Mary or something.
It ain't a Bloody Mary. It's a Canadian Mary. Something like that.
the Caesar here, very few people like it. Like I've introduced
Yeah.
it to many, and they go, "Oh, what's that juice?" I say it's Clamato juice. They go, well, "What's that?" It's like, "Well, it's tomato juice with some clam broth," and they're like, "Yuck."
Now, what I'm hearing there is we got a lot of people that we can change their minds about
Yeah.
this because we just got to get it into their mouths. We got to get the product into their hands, and this is a way we can do that.
Acquired taste.
Okay,
I
so
was the same thing.
Mott's.
Yeah.
Maybe Mott's is who he's talked to.
Or I just thought of this.
There we go.
So my mom works in the food industry. She's a food rep, and I wonder if she has any contacts with the Mott's reps.
That'd be amazing.
Now we're cooking.
Look
I
at
would
that.
I would love to have this segment sponsored each and every week by Mott's.
I would drink one every.
I would on
segment.
set. Yeah, I'd chug a whole
Unreal,
bottle.
yeah.
We would chug a bottle to show everyone how delicious Mott's Clamato juice is.
It is the best.
Yeah.
And they have some pre-made mix that you can just add right to the if you partake, and if you don't,
That's
you just
how you want
drink.
it. Okay, well, you have to definitely float that out to Mom and see what kind of connections we can get. I think that's a great
All right.
one.
Yeah,
And then
we'll talk to her.
yeah, we can spend the rest of this next week thinking of other places around there that we could get, or even around here. And let's start promoting this. Let's put some money behind it, and let's start really doing this right.
That'd be cool. I will say the very first time that I had a Caesar, I was bartending at the Willows.
Yeah, I miss
So
those
I'd
days.
never would have had one, and some guys would have beer and clam, and I was just like, why beer and clam? Did you ever? Lots of people would do that. That'd be like their Sunday
Oh
drink,
yeah,
little clam
like
and
we
beer.
were
And,
out on
everyone
a
does.
hockey
Takes-
trip or something.
Yeah.
and I didn't understand it. It wasn't with me, but someone's like, I was making all these Caesars. I'm like, I'm gonna have one. So I sat down, had a Caesar, took a sip, and I'm like, it's missing something. And I had to go get some soda crackers because I felt like I was just having cold tomato soup, and I couldn't drink it without some soda crackers. I didn't crumple them in and finish it with the spoon, but I needed some soda crackers to get through the first one. I was like, I don't know if I'll drink this again. And then a week goes by.
What? Whoa, hold
and
on,
then
hold
they'll
on,
flip-
hold on, hold on.
Dude, okay.
Okay, you go. You
No,
go.
it's fine.
No, you
No,
go.
it's fine. No, it's fine. You go.
Uh,
I insist.
Sorry. Did you dip? Did you crunch them and drop them in like you would in soup? What did you do?
No,
That was a
about it.
great reenactment.
that was about what
I
I
felt
did.
like I was there. I was hearing someone yell "4" in the side here of the
Big
patio.
Pun. I think I was sitting with a guy named Big Pun and a guy named Troy and maybe Harley Holcomb. Shout out to
Harles
those
Barkley.
fellas.
Love
Holcomb.
Harles Barkley.
Yeah.
It's my dude right there.
So yeah,
That's-
I had to do it because I could feel that. So someone feels like they're probably having a cold borscht or like a cold soup. You're drinking this, like, why am I drinking soup right now? That's my first experience, AJ. I know what they're feeling, but you just have to keep bringing them back.
Okay, first
And then
time. Yeah, your first time's always a little awkward. And
Has anyone ever tried a hot Caesar? Making it like a soup, like have
A
some
teaser.
a tomato soup base with some clam and some vodka.
like a teaser,
Sure,
like
like
tea
a
is
hot
hot.
toddy. Yeah, like a hot
tea is
toddy.
hot. And
Remember
Caesar,
hot
teaser.
toddies? I believe that's a thing.
Like a Caesar soup. No, it's
Caesar's-
not. See, he thinks you're crazy, but it might be good.
Well, a hot toddy, all it is like you said, it's like hot water and whiskey and like
Yeah.
lemon.
and
And
honey.
you like drink it, yeah. So why wouldn't you
With a
just have a
cinnamon
hot
stick,
soup
maybe.
with liquor in it?
could you have that? Could you have that next week? Could you try a hot virgin Caesar?
I feel like we're onto something here.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm
I'd
in.
like to see how much Mott's Clamato you could chug.
Ooh.
You don't want to see that.
Well, hey, I'd love to see it if it would turn
I don't want to
into-
turn back the clock.
What if this turns into Mott's Proudly
I
Presents
guarantee-
Adrian the Canadian on your
All right,
show?
fine. I guarantee I could drink 1.87 liters of Mott's Clamato juice
Why not the full 2?
because they come in 1.87 liters, and 1.87 liters of Mott's Clamato. So back in the day, I could drink a beer out of a bottle in 4.7 seconds. This
Time.
is times 5. I'm older, slower. Give me 30 seconds, and that thing's done.
This could be a charity donation type situation. Yeah,
Could be a hospital
Oh,
visit as
yeah.
well.
that's true. It's definitely going to be a puke. We're going to need a garbage can.
No, I don't puke.
Yeah, neither do I, unless I chug,
Unless I chug
2
a Jim
liters of
Beam.
clam in 30 seconds. What do you think's going to happen?
Nothing. You just enjoy a great
You just
challenge
put
and
it down
you
like a
win.
man and say,
I don't want to hop on
clam.
this food abuse chain that's going around.
Okay,
I don't want to, but I'm willing to do this one
I think it's
for
good.
sure.
All right, I like
Because
that.
1.87 liters
Well,
is
and
possible.
there'd be
I
a
don't want
30
2
second
liters.
countdown.
On the
You have a
screen.
30-second countdown thing on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And at the end, you have to slam the bottle.
on my head.
Empty it.
That-
Yeah.
Put the crown on, King.
I would say that I will not puke. There is probably a 30 to 37% chance that clamato juice goes out my nose, and I will move away from the microphone.
Well, we're
and
going
wear
to,
it.
no, we won't do it in front of the mic. We'll do it
Yeah.
with the garbage bags put down, and we'll do this right.
Sounds
So
good.
this will be good.
I'm in.
What else is going on over on the other side of the world, Adrian? Anything cool or exciting?
Yeah, we're taking the family to Pearljam this Saturday.
Woo! Where are they playing?
So we're a little nervous. Like we're kind of going. We kind of just jumped on. Oh, Pearljam's coming. The boys haven't been to a concert yet. Ryan's too young, so she's sleeping over at her cousin's. We bought the tickets, and then we kind of thought about it. They're like, we like their first 3 or 4 albums, and then the next 10 or however many they did, we would have no idea what songs there are.
What if they just played the album 10 from
That'd be amazing.
front to back? You never know. I don't. What kind of show is that? Do they have something new that they're doing? Usually, guys tour to promote a new album, but I have no idea. I'll look into that. Cut away from me.
That's the issue.
That's sounding kind of like buyer's remorse a little bit there, AJ.
Because he spent $800 to go see Pearl.
Yeah, probably spent a lot of money to go see him. That's a good point too.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. We don't need prices. We know.
There's a little buyer's remorse.
So
but we're excited because it'll be like Jack, Ollie, Ryan, and I go, or Jack, Ollie, and Nicole and I will go. So it'll be a family event. So that's coming up. But this is what I was going to ask you guys about. I'm going to say 6 weeks ago, when I'm working at a cafe, sometimes I'll go get out of the office and go work at the cafe. Check on Spotify and see what comes up. And Our Lady Peace came up.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't listened to Our Lady Peace, I'm sure, since 2002, maybe driving to Cairnsfield or something. I don't know. It's been ages. And I was like, man, how good is this? And then I was jumping on the starphoenix.ca to see what's happening in Saskatoon for a little bit of prep for it. And it said, Our Lady Peace is coming to Saskatoon.
Yes, they are.
Yes. So are you guys going?
No, I'm not. Walked around my good intentions.
Keep that going. I gotta tell you,
found
AJ,
that there were none.
as a guy
I blame myself
that spent a lot of years on a radio station that really enjoys playing Our Lady Peace, I fell in when I was younger. My brother Davey had Clumsy. It's one of the CDs he had, along with the Alice in Chains. I think it was Dirt. Those were the 2 CDs he had in the Chevette back then, the baby blue Chevette. And so that got me really into Our Lady Peace. And then I got on the radio and played them 3 times a day. And then I got really, really out of Our Lady Peace. So I'm now, like I am with a lot of bands, I'm in like it's basically like a rehab portion of my life where I'm learning to love these bands I loved before I got into radio. So it's a very cool dynamic. So I would enjoy some OLP songs now that I've been gone long enough, but not enough to go and see them in concert.
One thing I will say, when they had their Navid album, Come Navid, that one, and then they had their follow-up was the album with Clumsy on it, and a girl named Geraldine Long. We were in grade 9.
Geraldine. Yeah.
Geraldine Mon.
I'm not sure about
maybe now. I'm not sure what her married name is.
She was so nice to me. I love that girl. She was always so nice.
So I think Jay Mays went and bought the album, or maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe we bought it together. But she's like, "You have to get this album. It's good." And I was just like, "Well, I wasn't a huge fan, but I went downstairs in the setup that my dad had, and I hit the CD and I listened to this, and I was like, they found the secret sauce with this album. Not so much that the whole album's amazing, but I was just like, that's a single, that's a single, that's a single, that's a single. And I was like, there's 7 singles on this thing. And that's what my report back to Geraldine the next day was like, yeah, this thing's going to play for the next year and a half. There's 7 songs legitimately that, and sure enough, there's like 6 releases of that song. They crushed it.
You sniffed it out. You saw all these songs are going to be amazing, and you're not going.
No, I'm not a huge fan. It's not my cup.
That's my point.
I don't.
You can acknowledge when there's a hit.
And I'll sing to some of the songs. Yeah, for sure.
I will leave us all with this as we get ready for this shot here.
Man.
My brother Davey, he always fancied he looked a lot like Rain Maida.
Yeah.
which is it is a pretty good resemblance. And it got to the point where he would go to the Scuzz and go party at the Sutherland like guys
And
used to
he'd
do back in like the
curl his tips up
90s
a
or whatever it
little bit.
was. He'd get his perm all set up,
Yeah.
get all sexy, and then he'd go. And he
Hemp
said that
necklace.
people would ask him if he was Rain Maida. And then he would say he was. And then it got to the point where he showed up at the Sutherland and everyone was saying, oh my God, it's Rain Maida. And he got up on stage and said like hi to the bar and stuff. And they wanted him to sing. He's like, I can't sing, I can't do it, I can't sing, but thank you so much. So he basically rode the lead singer of Our Lady Peace's coattails
That's
through a good
sweet.
like 3 years of bar starring at the Sutherland.
Did he
How
get a
cool
date
is that?
out from Chantal Krevialik out of that too?
I don't think he got that far, but I bet you if she saw him at the bar, if she was here, she would have gave him a second look.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's
So,
cool. I will.
that's nice. Our Lady
I'm
Peace.
wondering if. Can I? Sorry,
Yep.
Coach.
No,
comments.
no, no,
I wonder,
that's my
like, did
bad.
he get any? Like, were there groupies? Like people just the girls lining up?
I'm telling you, it's set, like I was never around for it, so I didn't get to confirm it. But by the stories he tells, it sounds like there may have been a woman or two that may have offered a phone number to him just by his appearance.
That's normal. I think that's normal bar talk
Probably doesn't make for a
good
good
looking
story.
rooster.
for sure. So AJ, the band you're going to see, Pearljam.
Here we go.
Which is crazy that
Research.
we went and talked about Our Lady Peace when, no offense, Our Lady Peacers or whatever you call yourself, the followers of the peace.
Oh well, Piers.
Pearl Jam's much superior, so you're going to a better concert, way superior show. No offense, no effects. The album that you're going to see that they're promoting, the 2024 album, is called Dark Matter, and I'm gonna give it a listen. Thanks to this, for sure. Just because you're going to that show, so you're 800 US or Aussie dollars. So that would be
we don't need to say prices here. Prices don't matter.
736 Canadian
I
and
think it was more.
Don't worry about it.
484
Stop
US dollars.
angering him. His day's just starting.
It's money well spent. He's investing memories for sure.
I'm sure he
that
feels great
He's
about it
not
right
going to
now.
remember the price tag
Okay.
in a week when he's jammed with his kids and they start throwing some songs that he knows every word to.
That's it.
Ooh, there's some explicit songs on here too. Nice, PJ.
Okay.
I think running is going to be what's a Aussie word for a doozy? A gaza.
I'm a Gaza.
No, that's just shit. I think that's all they'd say.
That's
It's not as
we've become too
I know.
globalized now. Aussies don't have deadly sayings anymore.
Okay.
They did last 2 weeks
Oh,
ago.
they probably do. I just don't know it.
Yeah, fair enough.
It is that time.
All right, I would like to. This is for tribute to Uncle Brian. So I think they're having their shot, not for another couple hours, but Uncle Brian, we salute you.
We salute you, Uncle Brian.
Uncle Brian.
He'll always be represented
That is
around here. brother.
Non-alcoholic.
You got to ring the bell too.
No, the medicine was really sweet.
There you go. Mine too. Oof. AJ, thank you so much for always giving us this Wednesday time. We appreciate it. Get in touch with Mom and let us know how we're looking as we look to start putting a sponsor on this amazing segment. Until then, have an incredible week and say hi to the family for us. Ladies and gentlemen, coach number 1.